Yeah, Abhijit, can we start the session?
Okay, Sai.
Right. Observe, last session we discussed about Java Lang package. Under Lang package, threads we finished. Now, I plan to start with a very important package, Java util package. Today's concept is collections framework. So try to observe till we discussed the Lang package. Now I plan to discuss about util package. Java util package I wanted to discuss. We have already knowledge about object orientation. We have already knowledge about object orientation. In object orientation point of view, what we doing? We are going to creating one class. We are going to creating one class. So that class, suppose class mobile. Mobile is a class or bike is a class. Some logic we written for that class. We created the class, so written some logic for that application. After writing to access, programmer one is going to be writing the creating the class, so that can be accessible by programmer two with the help of object. The help of object. Now very well about object, how to create the object. Class name mobile m1 is equals to new mobile. Class name object name is equals to new class name. Class name object name is equals to new class name. Next, we created object one to retrieve the information of mobile one. Not only mobile one is there, mobile two, mobile three, mobile n number of mobiles are. Object one we are going to creating, object two we are going to creating, object three, object four, object n number of objects we can create for the class. So when we creating the object, each and every object is going to be storing separate part we set. Object one separately storing, object two separately storing, object n is also separately storing in the data. Mn. So when we taking this one, when we executing this logic with our application, we know very well object related data stored under heap part of JVM. Object related data stored under heap part of JVM. Understand, this is my heap part of JVM. Heap memory of JVM. So in this heap memory, different objects can be stored. Different objects can be stored. Example purpose, I taken object one, M1 is going to be storing here. Somewhere another memory address location M2. So next another memory address location M3. Another memory address location M4. Similarly, different memory addresses, different type of objects are going to be stored. So here when we storing the multiple objects, objects are going to be storing in the randomized manner, not exact manner, randomized manner they are going to storing. If they are going to storing in randomized manner, what we have to do? Retrieval of those objects are complex. We're storing those objects in randomized manner, retrieval of those objects are complex. So here 10 objects I created. 10 objects are going to be storing in different memory address locations. When they are going to storing in different memory address locations, retrieval of the data is complex. Instead of that, not only mobile class, suppose I created one more class, bike class. One more class, bike class, bike B1, B2, bike, n number of objects I am going to store. If the objects are going to be storing in randomized manner, retrieval of those objects are complex. To overcome this problem, the introduced one concept is called as a collection concept. Introduced one concept is called as a collection concept. So an object, what is collection object? Collection object. An object is said to be collection object which is going to be stored n number of objects within it. An object is said to be collection object which is going to be stored n number of objects within it. Suppose here we are going to storing the multiple objects. Retrieval is complex. Instead of retrieval them individually, B1 retrieval individually, B2 retrieval individually, M6, M5, M2 retrieval individually, what I wanted to do, I wanted to create one object. I wanted to create one object. In this object, I wanted to store them. When they are going to storing, they are going to storing in individual manner. When they are storing in individual manner, retrieval is complex. To overcome that problem, what they are going to doing? We are going to creating one object. Suppose obj is a one object. Under obj object, I am going to storing m1 object, m3 object, m2 object, m2 as well as m5, m7. Look like this one. M7, M4, n number of objects. So previously, if you wanted to retrieve the data, you have to individually call. You have to individually call. But instead of individual calling, instead of retrieving the data, what I am going to doing? Calling the object. An object is going to be saying collection object. M1 is an object, M2 is an object, M3 is an object, multiple objects. All objects previously wanted to retrieve individually, you refer the objects. But now what I wanted to do, instead of referring them individually, directly referring the object. An object is a collection of, obj is a collection object which is going to be holding n number of objects within each. So here you see this type of structure. Object 1, object 2, object 3, object here. But now, before going to starting these objects, before going to starting the collections, previously you maintain this type of thing with the help of arrays concept. Previously, before collections are come to existence with JDK 1.2 version. JDK 1.2 version. Before JDK 1.2 version, they are going to using the arrays concept. Before collections are come to existence, they are going to using the arrays concept. What is the array? Array is a collection of similar type of elements. Array is a collection of similar type of elements. One array of student marks or array of names, like array of several number of elements. One, n number of elements. It is store n number of elements within object. Here observe once. Student marks I wanted to store, or student age I wanted to store. Marks 45 is there, 85 is there, 88 is there, duplication is also allowed, 95, 100. Understand? Some values we are going to protect. Array here we are going to creating one array. Sir, you are going to saying this is a collection, sir. This is going to be saying the array. Array. They may ask the interview point of question. What is the difference between arrays and collections? What is the difference between arrays and collections? Try to observe difference between arrays and collections. Arrays. Before collections, arrays are there. Collections. Arrays and collections. First, try to observe first point. Array is a in once this array in the array structure. In this array, I am going to create one array. In this array, I wanted to store the data. Which type of data is only storing? 45, 85, 85, integer type of data. So what is the type specification? You wanted to declare the array, you have to follow the syntax. Int is a data type. Marks is a array name. Data type specification. Marks specification is equals to new int of. So here I wanted to store 5 elements with my array. Data type array name is equals to new data type of size. Data type array name is equals to new data type of size I wanted to mention. If I mention the size 5, the storage of elements with 5 only. Total storage of elements with 5 only. Then you wanted to concentrate, all these are same type of. Array is a collection of. Array is a collection of homogeneous elements or same type of this. Homogeneous elements or same type of elements. So here observe this is my array. Array can hold Only homogeneous means if you mention the integer, only integer type of data. If you mention the float, only float type of data. While we working with collection, same type of data as well as different type of data. Same as well as different types. So we can hold. Here in this case, we created, in this example, I created one array. In this array, it's going to be storing only mobile class. Don't think only mobile class objects are going to be stored. It also ready to store with bike class objects. Ready to store with bike class objects also. Suppose B1 is a one object. Storing homogeneous, same type of elements as well as heterogeneous, different type of elements. So working with array, only one type of elements are going to be allowed. Working with collection, homogeneous, same type of data, same type as well as different type of data. Different type of data. Homogeneous as well as heterogeneous elements. Arrays are going to be storing only homogeneous elements. Collections are going to be storing homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. Next, observe once. If you wanted to declare the array, we are going to mentioning 5 is a size. Nothing but it can be stored only 5 elements with array. Only 5 elements with array. That's the fixed size. Arrays are fixed size. But while we working with collections, we not mentioning any size. That's why we say dynamic type. Collections are dynamic type. Arrays are fixed type. Collections are dynamic type. So disadvantage with array, only same elements. Any type of data can be only fixed size. You mention the 5 elements. If you mention 10 elements, but it is dynamic. So increases the size, increment is done. If you decreases the size, decrementation is done. Both are going to be supported at a time. That's right. Arrays are fixed size, collections are dynamic growable type. Next. If you're working with arrays, it can be memory pointer. Memory pointer. Suppose here I declare the array size as a 5 elements can be stored. But I wanted to store the elements of 3 only. Array can be stored 5 elements, but I have only 3 elements to store. I declare the array as a 5 element storage is done. But now I stored only 3 elements. Stored only 2 elements. Remaining things are wastage. Declare the 5 utilizing 2. Remaining 3 elements wastage. Memory point of view, arrays are not recommended. Memory point of view, arrays are not recommended because there is a possibility for memory wastage. Collection side, memory point of view, recommended. Memory point of view, recommended. So arrays are not recommended. Collections are recommended because of if you increases the elements, automatically memory is increased. If you decreases the elements, remove the sum of the elements from collection, automatically memory is going to be deallocated. So while we working with arrays, fixed size, memory is fixed. Utilizing okay, not utilizing possibility for wastage. So here collection size, increasing the elements of collection, automatically memory is increased. If you're decreasing, automatically memory is going to be deallocated. Wastage is not there. That's why we are going to put in the collections in the. So here, what is the point I wanted to say? Homogeneous, heterogeneous. Fixed size, dynamic type. Memory point of view, arrays are not recommended, collections are recommended. Performance point of view. Performance point of view, arrays are recommended. Performance point of view, arrays are recommended. So, but this time you observe not recommended. Performance thinking only you are doing, arrays are recommended. But performance compared to arrays, collections performance is less. Compared to arrays, collections performance is less. That's right. So wanted to think about only performance, you can go through with arrays. But apart from that performance point of view, remaining all things are favor to collections only. Not only this one. Observe here. So working with arrays can hold objects hold objects as well as data. Hold objects as well as data type. Both can be holded by arrays. While we working with collections, only objects. While we working with collections, only objects are going to be held. While we working with arrays, array can be hold objects as well as data types. While we working with collections, can be hold only objects. Whatever I wanted to do, suppose this is my array. This is my array. I wanted to get the sorted order of this array. Sorted order elements of this array, almost sorted order only. So I wanted to get reverse order of this array. What is the reverse order? 100, 95, 85, 85, 40. If you wanted to do the reverse of this array, you have to write a lot of code to perform the reverse of array. For example, wanted to start loop structure to reverse of that array. For int, first you have to calculate length of the array. Int n is equals to from that array name is marks of marks dot length. Calculated number of elements, marks dot length. Int I is equals to n. How much length is there? That one. N minus 1 you have to give. Length, n value. Next, what you have to do? I greater than or equals to 0. Next, I minus. What I wanted to do? So taking this one, index of 0, index of 1, index of 2, index of 3, index of 4. Reverse case I wanted to start. Length calculating nothing but n value 4. Next condition, 4 greater than or equals to 0, true. Then what I wanted to do? Print the first element. Then decrementation process. Standard out dot print ln of marks of I element. Marks of I. This is the procedure we are going to do. What we doing? Calculating the length based on the length condition. Printing the element. 100 printing, 95 printing, 9. So look like this one. You have to write the logic by yourself. You wanted to work with arrays. So whatever the functionalities you wanted to do with arrays, programmer defined. You have to write a lot of logic to perform this one. But while we working with collection, no need to write any code. Over there. What we have to do? Just the built-in methods are there. Collections contain n number of built-in methods are there. You have to utilize those. So working with arrays, wanted to perform reverse of array, sorting elements of array, searching of array, whatever the functionality you wanted to do, done by programmer written code. The functionalities you wanted to do, you have to write the logic for those code. Writing code is complexer. So here, built-in methods. The help of built-in methods that is possible. How to write the code over there? In Java, while we working with arrays, everything is written by programmer. But while we working with collections, there is a n number of built-in methods. You just wanted to make the sorting technique. Java util package. Under util package, you find collections class. There is one class name is called as a collections class. Under this collections class, you find n number of methods. Sort method is there, swap method is there, synchronized method is there, right? Rotate, reverse order. So n number of methods are there. Now we wanted to use those methods. No need to write the logic. Java people is already written the logic. What we wanted to do, utilize the logic. Writing the code is complex, sir. Utilizing the code is easy, sir. That's why we are going to using development collections. So arrays, what is the disadvantage? Only allows similar type of collections, homogeneous as well as heterogeneous, fixed size, dynamic growable type. Memory point of view, not recommended because wastage of memory. Collections recommended because of no wastage of memory. Next, performance point of view, arrays are recommended, collections are not recommended. Except performance, all things you consider, all are favored to collections only. It can be stored only objects. It can be stored data types as well as object types. Collections can hold only objects. If you wanted to do any type of functionality, programmer defined code. Wanted to do any type of functionality with collections, within methods are there. Just invoking the methods. Okay. Compare all these 5 points. Not flexible with arrays except this one, but you find all are flexible with collection. That's why in development, disadvantage of arrays, how that is going to be overcome by collection. Disadvantage of arrays, how that is overcome by collection, I show you. Now we wanted to concentrate. What we are going to cover under collections framework. You ask the question, what is a framework? I am going to saying that wanted to start working with a collections framework. Spring framework, struct framework, like Hibernate, like several frameworks are there. We wanted to concentrate. What is framework? What is a collection framework? We wanted to concentrate. What is framework? Framework is a ready-made architecture. Is a ready-made. No need to done by you. No need to done by you. Suppose you wanted to utilize the calculator. You wanted to utilize the mobile. Are you purchasing all components of mobile and soldering and making the mobile? No. You are not going to be doing that process. So what is doing? Wanted to purchase the mobile, ready-madely all components are arranged and going to be get. Similarly, framework is a built-in. Framework is a ready-made architecture. So you are not no need to do any own architecture by you. Already existing architecture is available. In that whatever the architecture contains n number of classes and interfaces. Who developed this architecture? So this framework is developed by Java people. They already created, you observe under Java util package. Java util package I selected. Under util package you find n number of classes and interfaces. N number of classes and interfaces you find. So what n number of built-in classes and interfaces. Built-in classes and interface are there. When we working with a Java util package, under util package you find Java people is written around 104 plus classes and interfaces. In these interfaces, already existing methods are there. You find the reverse method, reverse order method, rotate order, shuffle method, whatever the functionality, all built-in methods are there. What we have to do? Utilize those. You need to write the logic by you. Utilize the logic of those people. So what we are going to cover under this framework? Framework is a ready-made architecture which contains n number of classes and interfaces. Which contains n number of classes and interfaces, which is used to develop user-friendly application. Which is used to develop user-friendly application. So under this collection framework, what we are going to cover? Under this collection framework, what we are going to cover? Now we wanted to concentrate. That point of view I will going to cover hierarchy of collection. What we are going to cover under this hierarchy of framework. What happening? Previously when we storing the objects are going to be storing in randomized manner. If they are storing in randomized manner, retrieval is complex. To overcome that problem, what they introduced? Collection object concept. An object is said to be collection object, which can be hold n number of objects. If you invoke this object, all these elements data is going to be getting. So what we are going to cover under this collection object? What is the hierarchy of collection object? I want to concentrate for once. Try to observe once. Java util package I want to start working with it. Java util package. Under util package you find one interface name, collection. The collection framework is a interface. Before this one, we are going to start in C1, iterable interface. What is the super interface for this one? Iterable interface. This iterable interface is available under java.lang. Java.lang package. This iterable interface is available. Right? Observe. First, java.lang package contains iterable interface. This is a super interface for collection. Java.lang.iterable interface. Just in bracket, I am indicating I indicating interface. Bracket, I am going to mentioning I indicating the interface. Suppose it's a class, I will going to mention it as a java.lang.iterable interface. It's a sub interfaces. It's a sub interfaces from this interface. Inherited some properties to this interface. That is what is that one? Java.util.collection. Java.util.collection. Right? Observe. Collection is also one interface. Java.util.collection interface from this interface. So here I wanted to mention I stands for interface. Understandability purpose only. That's the part. So java.lang.iterable interface sub interface is java.util.collection. So under this collection, there is a n number of sub interfaces. N number of sub interfaces are there, and their implementation classes also there. But we wanted to concentrate some of the important. So n number of classes is created by Java people, but we wanted to concentrate some of the important which are going to be used in development. Which are going to be used in development, we wanted to concentrate. So here you find sub interfaces. Majorly, this collection interface is categorized as 4 types of sub interface. Majorly, number of things are there, but we wanted to concentrate which we are using much in development. First one is list interface. Second one is set interface. Third one is queue interface. Fourth one is DQ interface. You find n number of interfaces, but we wanted to concentrate list, set, queue, and DQ. Set, queue, and DQ we wanted to concentrate. Started set is also covered under this one only. Navigable set also we have to cover. But where we are going to covering which things we have to concentrate. First, I wanted to concentrate list. List. List is a interface. List is a interface. Next, set. Interface, set interface, as well as queue and DQ interface. So list is come to existence with JDK 1.2 version. I am mentioning the version 1.2 version. Set is also come to existence with JDK 1.2 version. Apart from this list and set, there are also some more thing also there. Queue interface. Queue interface. So queue interface is come to existence with JDK 1.5 version. JDK 1.5 version. Apart from queue interface, the one more new thing is come to existence over there, that is double-ended queue. Double-ended queue, which is come to existence with JDK 1.6 version. 1.6 version. List is there, set under java.util.collection interface. Sub interfaces are list, set, queue, and DQ. So here you know the interface very well. Interface is a collection of abstract. There is no method, logic is there. Logic is provided under subclass. Subclass is nothing but implementation class. Under list, what are the list interface implementation classes? List interface implementation classes. You find n number of implementation classes. but we wanted to concentrate some of the important implementation classes. List interface, so is a super interface is collection is a super interface. So find n number of implementation classes. We wanted to concentrate some of the important which is used in development. So this list interface implementation classes. List interface implementation classes. N number of classes are there. Where we are going to using the list implementation scenario. First, stat class. One of the class name is stat. Stat class. Stat class is come to existence with JDK 1.0. The collections are come to existence with JDK 1.2 version, but stat is already available. Stat as well as linked list. Stat linked list, which is come to existence with JDK 1.2 version. Apart from linked list, array list, which is come to existence with JDK 1.2 version. Apart from this one, vector, which is come to existence with JDK 1.0. Synchronous and asynchronous. Yesterday we discussed about synchronization. So before synchronization, so data inconsistency problem. After synchronization, there is no data inconsistency problem. Then we wanted to use that terminology, synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous means synchronization is done. Asynchronous means synchronization is not done. Similarly, apart from set, you find, apart from list, you find, here you find n number of classes, but we wanted to concentrate linked list, array list, stack, and vector. Apart from this list interface, you find here one more thing. What is that one? Set interface implementation classes. Set interface implementation classes. Sub interface are navigable set, sorted set. Here you find several number of implementation classes, but we wanted to concentrate on set interface implementation class. Hash set, linked hash set, linked hash set. Linked hash set is a one class name only. Hash set, linked hash set, as well as hash set, linked hash set. Next one is preset, as well as one more new thing is also added with JDK 1.5 version, that is enum set. That is a one more thing is come to existence, that is a enum set. Like under set interface, enum set is also there. Enum set. Next, we wanted to concentrate on queue. Under queue interface, what are the implementation classes under queue interface? You find n number of things, but we wanted to concentrate on this linked list as well as priority queue interface. Priority queue class we wanted to concentrate. Similarly, DQ, double-ended queue. DQ stands for double-ended queue. Double-ended queue, under double-ended queue you may find. So what are the example of double-ended queue? Linked list is the example. Similarly, so you find under this Java collection sub-interfaces are list, set, queue, DQ. Apart from that one, we wanted to concentrate one more very important. One more very important interface is under, apart from this collection, there is a one more very important interface is map interface. Map interface implementation classes are hash map, linked hash map, linked hash map, as well as tree map. Like several things are there. Just you try to go through with once this hierarchy. You find java.lang.iterable. Under iterable, collection is a sub interface. Under collection sub interface, so here you find list interface, set interface, queue interface, right? Several number of interfaces and their implementation classes. All these things we are going to cover under collection. Not only this one, what we are going to cover, you find several number of classes and interfaces. To find what we are going to cover under this one. I wanted to cover collection, comparator. Comparator is also one interface. DQ interface, enumeration interface, iterator interface, around 13 plus important number of interfaces are there. With their implementation classes. Iterator is there, list is there, list iterator, map, map entry, navigable map, navigable set is also almost same. Queue interface, set interface, sort set interface, like n number of interfaces are there. Some of the important interfaces. Some of the important interfaces we are going to cover under this collection. What we are going to cover. I wanted to work with collection, comparator, DQ, enumerator, iterator, list iterator. In number of these much of interfaces I wanted to cover under this collection. Apart from this one, interface only methods. Their implementation, we can create one interface, n number of implementation classes. What are the implementation classes I wanted to cover over here? Array list class. Array list class. Arrays class is also there. Arrays class is also there. Collections are there. Collections are there. Currency, like n number of things. N number of things are there. I wanted to cover with this vector, preset, tree map. Here in the hierarchy, whatever you've seen, I wanted to cover stack, linked list, array list, vector, hash set, linked hash set, tree set, enum set, linked list, priority queue, hash map, linked hash map, hash table, tree map. Like n number of things we wanted to cover under this collection hierarchy. This is a hierarchy of collection. Let me start one by one. Till now it's clear with you, Abhijit?
Yeah, it's clear.
Abhijit?
Yeah, it's clear till now, Sai. Sorry, my microphone was
Now we
above my
wanted
head.
to concentrate. So this is a hierarchy of collection. What we are going to correct under collection hierarchy, collection framework, what we are going to cover. Now I wanted to start with stack. So here, before going to start with the stack, I wanted to cover one interview point of question. That question is, what is legacy class? Stack class is a legacy class. Stack class is a legacy class. Your question, what is legacy class? What is legacy class? Legacy class is a class which is already available. It is already available before the collections are come to exist. See, collections are introduced with JDK 1.2 version. Collections are introduced with JDK 1.2 version. But before 1.2 version only you find this class, as well as this class, right? This class. So these are already exist with Java. Already these classes are exist. But when they created collection framework, these classes are going to be added to collection. These classes are going to be added to collection framework. This type of classes are said to be legacy class. Legacy class is a class which is already available with Java. Later on, they are going to add it to collection framework. Stack is also already there with Java. Later on, it is going to be added to collection framework. Now try to concentrate. What is this stack? How to work with this stack class we want to work. Stack is a implementation class for list interface. Implementation class for list interface. So what is this list? First we wanted to concentrate on list. List interface is going to be stored collection of objects. Going to be stored collection of objects which allows elements with allows elements with duplication. Which allows elements with duplication. Collection. List is a collection of the objects which is going to be allows elements with duplicate. Duplicated elements you wanted to store. Recommended to go through with. Don't wanted duplicated elements. Recommended to go through with the set. Recommended to go through with the set. List allows elements with duplication. So now we wanted to concentrate. Stack is a implementation class for list interface. So it's said to be legacy class. Said to be legacy class. It supports last in first out. Last in first out. Reinforced last in first out mechanic. What is this last in first out? For suppose this Amazon people or Flipkart people, one mobile example I wanted to take. They make some big billion days or prime days look like this. Amazon prime days or big billion days. They are wanted to discuss about that one. In that scenario, they plan to take multiple orders from the customer. They plan to take multiple orders from customer. Customer 1 is going to be taking the order 1, order 2, order 3, list of mobiles, list of different orders they wanted to take. That point of view observe once. First, order 1 come to me with iPhone. Customer 1 order me iPhone. Customer 2 is interested to purchase some MI phone. Customer 3 interested to purchase Samsung phone. Samsung. Customer 4 is interested to purchase iPhone. Duplication. Duplication of elements. It's going to be stack is a collection of elements which allows elements with duplication. Some other customer wanted to make some phone name Realme. Some other phone name may be available or not available in text. Some other phone name, any brand name, Abhijit?
Honor, or you could say OnePlus.
Some name, brand names. Okay. Honor phone. Look like this.
Yeah.
Look like this one. Somebody interested to purchase Geo phone also. Somebody interested to purchase Geo phone also. Different orders are come to existence. Stack of orders. We are going to maintaining the stack of orders. Elements with duplication. You find here. Here the find the elements. You wanted to. Somebody interested to purchase iPhone. Somebody interested to purchase. A number of people may be possibility to get objects. Here observe. A number of things we are going to store it. Stack is a collection of elements which is stored elements in LIFO structure. What do you mean by LIFO structure? Last in. Which element is last in? What is the last order? First out. That is only released first. Last in, first out mechanic. What is the disadvantage with this one also discuss. Whatever the elements inserted last. Stack of books are there. You keep the books in rack. You wanted to remove the book first. Whatever the book you inserted last, that is only. This is my rack of books, or this is my order. What you wanted to do? If you taking that as a stack, last in, first out structure. Last in, first out. Whatever you inserted last, that is only removed first. Whatever you inserted last, that is only removed first. So this is called as topmost edge. In stack, insertion and deletion of elements done at topmost position of stack. Topmost position of stack only. If you remove the stack element, automatically the index elements are going to be changed. The index of the stack elements are going to be shown. Here observe this class name. What the class they created under collection interface. Sub interface is list. Under list interface, implementation class is stack. Java.lang.object. From object, abstract collection. From abstract collection, abstract list vector. Vector class subclass is stack is a, what is the super class for stack? Vector is a, What is a super class for vector? Abstract class. First they introduce object class. From object class, abstract collection class. Abstract collection class, they introduced abstract list class. List class sub vector class. Vector class subclass is stack. So stack can retrieve all these properties. All these are the super class for this stack. Now we wanted to concentrate. Here observe here. What is it? Super class vector. Multi-level inheritance vector. It supports leaf host structure. Last in first out mechanism. Now we wanted to concentrate. This is come to existence with JDK 1.2. Now we wanted to concentrate how to create the stacks. How to suppose I wanted to know what is the index position of. One more terminology is very, very important terminology is for arrays. While we working with arrays, one more very important terminology we wanted to use with arrays, that is the index. Index of 0, index of 1, index of 2. What is this index? It is the memory address location of 100. Is it? Memory 100 is going to be storing with which memory address location? Obviously, index is going to be start from 0, end with n minus 1 position. Similarly, what about stack indexes? Stack index. All collection indexes are obviously starts with 0, except stack. Stack index position is going to be start from 1 based index. Stack indexing is going to be start from 1 based index. Index of 1, index of 2, index of 3. So here index is going to be, suppose you wanted to know the index of index. Index of index position. Suppose you remove the geo, immediately index are going to be changed. Dynamic changes are applied. If you remove the geo, suppose you remove the first topmost element, index is going to be changed too. Dynamic changes are applicable. Dynamic changes are applicable with the collection. But arrays, if you remove, index is not going to be changed. While we working with collections, index is going to be changed. Whatever the operations you wanted to do with stack, very, very important thing, you wanted to insert or deletion. Everything is done with the topmost position of stack. Everything is going to be done with the topmost position of stack. Now we wanted to concentrate on what is this stack, how to create the stack class. How to create the stack class. What is a collection and generic collection based deployment. Collection and generic collection based deployment. To create the stack, creation sequence. Method 1. Method 1. So first I wanted to interact with the list. List st is equal to new stack. This is the interface. We cannot create object for list interface. What we can do? We can pass subclass. List st is equal to new stack. List st is equal to new stack. Otherwise, directly we can also create stack. Stack st is equal to new stack. Stack st is equal to new stack. You can create, look like this. So you have a doubt, sir. You are creating two types of syntaxes. Very happy. But what is the difference between both of them? What is the difference between both of them? We created so stack list st is equal to new stack. Stack st is equal to new stack. What is the difference between both of them? We want to concentrate. Small code I will go to show you to easy to understand. We created object for subclass reference. What happened? When we created object directly with subclass, what happened? Java. Then I wanted to create one more sub package, one more package, separate package. New package is com.collection. Any name you can give it. Com.collection package. Click on switch. Here I wanted to concentrate. I wanted to concentrate this thing. What is the thing? Difference between this line of code as well as this line of code. What's the difference between this line of code as well as this line of code? As a interface based reference, as a directly subclass based reference. Try to observe one small example. New interface. Interface. Now I wanted to take the interface. Some interface name is financial advisor is a interface. For example, financial advisor is a interface. Done. I wanted to take interface contains 0 or more abstract methods. 0 or more abstract methods. Try to observe. I am going to taking this class interface, public interface financial advisor. Abhijit wanted to invest some amount, understandability purpose. Public, here are the not mentioned also by default public only. Public double, public double some investment amount. Investment amount is trying to invest some amount. That's why he's going to be meeting with financial advisor. One thing here, wide FD method, fixed deposit method. Any of them, create one interface with 0 or more abstract methods. One. After that one, I wanted to write one implementation class. Creating the interface, you must write the implementation class, one or more implementation class. You wanted to take the class name. You plan to invest that amount with HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank invest. You can do. But that HDFC Bank is a interface, implementation class of interface. Interface, financial advisor. Financial advisor interface. Try to add it. Click on. So here you click inherited abstract methods also. Click on. Automatically one class is coming. Overriding. This is here the method is there. No logic is there. But we writing override. Super class contains the method. Subclass contains same method. The technique is called as over. But there is an interface method is there. Implementation done with the subclass. Public wide FD. Some statement. Here you wanted to do the FD logic. FD logic. Understandability purpose. Logic part you have created interface. Writing the implementation class. So here also you find list is a interface. List is a interface. Stack is a subclass. Creating the object based on this one. Apart from these methods, here FD method is a implementation method for that financial. Next, one more method is going to be taking public wide. One more method, balance method. One more method, balance method. Here I wanted to write logic for that. Public sysout. Balance logic. Understandable purpose. Balance logic. Balance. Try to observe. I created one interface. Writing the implementation class for that interface. Main method I wanted to add. New class. Interface use any name. Interface use. Here I wanted main method. Public static wide range string of args. Public static wide range string of args. Other ones. Till now, what is the procedure I done? Try to observe. Created one interface. Writing of implementation class. Interface name is financial advisor is a interface. This is a thing I done. First step, this is a thing I done. After completing this one, I written the implementation class. In that implementation class, what is the methods I written? 2 methods. That implementation class I written 2 methods. What are the 2 methods? One is a FD method, which is a implementation method for financial advisor. Another one is a balance information. Another one is a balance information method. These are the 2 methods logically. These are the 2 methods logically written. Right? 2 methods. One is a implementation method. Another one is a different method. One is a implementation method. Another one is a different methods. Two methods logic I provide. Two methods logic I provide. Now try to observe. Main method point of logic I am writing. Try to executing this. Main method point of logic I want to write and execute this logic. What is the procedure I want? What is the procedure I wanted to follow to execute this logic? Main method and execute. Start execution from main method. Try to creating object. Cannot create the object for interface directly. We cannot write financial advisor F1 is equals to new financial advisor. Financial advisor F1 is equals to, we try to create the object for interface. Not possible. What we have to write? Subclass reference. What is my subclass reference? HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank Invest. Cannot create object for interface, but we can pass subclass reference. Observe this one. List is a interface, subclass reference is a stack. Using that one, what is possible? F1 dot. What is the method I can call? FD method. F1 dot FD method I am trying to calling. So it is going to be work. F1 dot FD method is going to be work. But under F1, there is a one more method is also there. That is HDFC Bank implementation. One more method is there. I plan to call that method balance method. Right? I created object for subclass reference. Balance method I am trying to calling, not accessible. But I am trying to create object directly with subclass. HDFC Bank investment from F2 is equals to new HDFC Bank. Observe this. Here also I plan to call F2 dot FD method as well as F2 dot, which method I am going to calling? Balance method. Observe this. Now you find line number 8 is not working. Line number 11 is working. Line number 8 is going to be not working. Line number which is going to be working, 11 is going to be working. Just you see, when we created object based on interface reference. Based on interface reference, what happened? Creating object based on interface reference. What is going to be accessible? It is accessible. So only interface method is accessible. Only interface method is accessible. But which is not accessible? Subclass. Created this one. This method you cannot access. As a financial advisor, this one you creating, this method is not accessible. But try to observe, when you creating object based on subclass reference, directly subclass reference, what happened? All type of accessible reference. Creating directly this object, all methods are accessible. When we creating the object based on, it's a super interface. Only whatever the method is available, that is accessible. So here also you find the same thing. When we created object based on list interface, directly interface reference, class reference, you find list interface. Only list interface methods are accessible. Stack, what is accessible? List interface methods apart from any extra methods are available with stack, that is also accessible. That's why based on requirement we can write above line of code or below line of code. Above line of code or below line of code is also going to be accessible. Now we wanted to concentrate how to create the stack application. Also create the stack application. You may find these two syntaxes apart. First try to write the stack program. Try to write the stack program. Is it clear with you? This is not supported. That line of code is going to be supported. Now I plan to write the stack class. Stack is the implementation class for this. How to create the stack. So this structure I wanted. That structure I wanted to store the elements. What's the procedure I wanted to follow? New class stack demo, new class, stack demo. Don't write the class name with built-in. Don't write class name as a stack. Write your own class name. So don't use built-in class name. Stack is a built-in class. Any additional thing you can add. Stack demo I am going to take it. Here I wanted to take main method, public static void main string of args. Click on finish. Public static void main string of args. Click on finish. Try to write either first one or second one. List st is equals to new list. New stack subclass list st is equals to new stack. So here its pre-requirement is till now no importing is done. What we wanted to import? Import java.util.stack. Similarly, you have to import java.util.list. You find here import java.awt list util list. But we wanted to use the util. Now we getting this one. But in this line number line, I'm keeping the cursor over there showing warning. Line number 9, keeping the cursor over there and try to showing the warnings. But the warnings are going to be getting right. Try to observe the warnings. Multiple mistakes are there in this line. List is a raw type. Reference to generic. List is a raw type. Should be reference to generic type. Collection. JDK 1.2 version introduced collections. But having the collection, some disadvantages are there to overcome that one. One of the disadvantages, raw type. List is a raw type. Reference to generic. Instead of using the collection, real time reference is recommended to use generic type of collection. So here, what we wanted to do, what I am going to do. First, I written this line of code. This line of code I written. Otherwise, I can write one more line of code is also. One more line of code is also you find stack st is equals to new stack. Directly subclass stack st is equals to new stack I am going to create. So when we doing this one, when we doing this stack st is equals to new stack, here is also warning. Here is also same warning we are going to. The syntaxes can be applicable in JDK 1.2. From JDK 1.2 version to till JDK 1.4 version, this is a only one procedure. This is a only one procedure they use. But JDK 1.51 version onwards, they introduced generic collection concept. The collection from JDK 1.5 version, they introduced generic collection. Instead of writing these 2 lines of code, how I am going to presenting these 2 lines of code, try to observe. One of the line I am going to present it. Start list st is equals to new list. Here, getting the warning, keep that warning, fix that warning, add, here observe, add st to and all arguments. You select st to select. Observe. Remove the st, warnings, configure security. What we wanted to do, I wanted to create it as a generic collection. Here I wanted to store string type of it. So here string st is equals to list, string st is equals to new list of Here you observe once, there is no warning is there with this line. Local, not used is a warning. Suppose I wanted to use it st.push method. st.push method of some phone number, st.push of iPhone. You observe once, st.push stack st is equals to start string st is equals to. Then instead of that one, your push method is not going to be working. Instead of that one, instead of writing that line of code, you write this line of code. Start string st is equals to new stack of string. Observe once. Now no warning is there with this application. Primarily they return the code is look like this one. Later on, first they return the code is look like this. As a collection type they return. As a collection type they return. But now I wanted to write third syntax for that one is generic collection. Previously they return the logic as a collection type. They return the logic as a collection type. But now I wanted to concentrate the logic as a generic collection. Here observe. Observe once. Previously collection. Presently I am going to writing the same logic. Presently I am going to writing the same logic, list logic only. Now you observe the same syntax how it is going to be implemented. Same syntax how it is going to be implemented. Try to observe. Observe this one how it is going to be implemented. Same logic is going to be implemented. See here once. See here once. The logic I am going to write. This is a logic I am going to write. So previously I written the logic is look like this one. Previously I written the logic is look like this one. This logic. Here I not mention any type. Raw type. That's why we're getting the logic as a raw type. Collection. Not mention any type specification. But generic collection is going to be mentioned the type specification of data. Type specification of data. The syntax is applicable from JDK 1.2 version. JDK 1.2 version. Same syntax from JDK 1.5 version. JDK 1.2 version, 1.5 version. Now try to observe. This is the syntax I applied for JDK 1.2. So this is the syntax I applied with JDK 1.5 version. Then ask the question, what is the difference between collection? This is a collection. This is a generic collection type. Difference between collection and generic collection. While we working with collection, not type safety. Not type safety means not mention here. I asked someone to enter some mobile name. They are ready to enter iPhone. It's a mobile. It's a string type of data. But somebody entered the phone number is 25 is a phone. Is there any 25 phone number is there? No. They enter the data as an integer. But we don't want it to store the integer type of data. Even though they wanted to store the data as a string type, it allows only string type. So previously, while we were working with this line of code, it allows string as well as integer different type. Not type safety. I asked the phone name, but they given the number. So there is an inconsistency issue is there. To overcome that one, when we taking list string type, when I'm taking structure is look like this one. When I'm taking the structure is look like this one, what happening? It allows. It won't allows this type of data. Wanted to store the 25 also, that must be entered as a string. When I mentioned the type safety program. No safety collection. When the safety is going to be implemented, type safety is not available with collection. Overcome the problem, they introduce generic collection. But not only this one, sir, they were using one more new feature also with JDK 1.5 version. JDK 1.2 collection, JDK 1.5 generic collection, JDK 1.7 version. Now, new technology based, we wanted to write the same thing. JDK 1.7 version. What is the new thing? Diamond operator. Collection framework added with diamond operator. So if they added diamond operator, what you have to do? Previously they mentioned but they don't want it to mention. Whatever the thing you added, automatically applicable. Whatever the thing you added, automatically. No need to mention this type of syntax now. Directly accessible. No need to mention this type of syntax. Directly this is going to be accessible. It's a collection, generic collection with diamond operator. Now onwards, everywhere I wanted to use this type of syntax in development. We have to use this type of syntax in development. We wanted to concentrate. This type of syntax we wanted to use in development. We wanted to concentrate. That point of view, writing the logic. Try to observe this logic. How to implement this logic? How to implement this logic? Instead of writing all these lines of code, I am using stack st is equals to new stack of diamond operator. Automatically this is applicable. Now we wanted to concentrate. on this one. st dot push method. Here I wanted to plan to store these elements with my stack. I wanted to store n number of elements with my stack. That point of view, here I wanted to store several elements. st dot push method. Under stack, you find several methods. Push method, insertion, pop method. No need to write logic. If you wanted to do this procedure with C, C++, you must write the logic. While we working with Java, no need to write the logic. What you have to do? Directly utilize the logic. Push method is there to insert the elements. Suppose I wanted to insert the elements. st dot push iPhone, st dot one more element push method, some mi phone, Oppo phone look like this. Push method is used to insert the elements to collection purpose. Mi phone, iPhone, Geo phone. Next, Samsung phone. Next, which one? Another one is iPhone. Realme. Branch of that one. Okay. Several elements we are going to store. When you're storing internally, this structure. Internally, that is going to be stored with this type of structure. Stack structure. First this one. So here last in, first out. First out mechanic. We created the stack and inserted the elements. After inserting, try to retrieve the elements. All elements. An object is said to be collection object. st is the object which is going to be stored n number of objects within each. An object is said to be collection. st is the object, stack class object, which is going to be storing n number of objects within each. Now try to observe. Try to retrieving the element out of st. All are available with st. No need to call individually. Now you call st. All data is going to be getting. So that point of view we are using. Try to execute it. Whatever the elements we inserted, internally stored with stack. So first iPhone, mi, whatever the order. Sir, immediately I wanted to apply push method is used to insert. Okay, sir, insert and that. I wanted to remove the element. Here, I wanted to use st dot pop method. I wanted to use. After popping, after removing, which element is going to be removed? This out of. Try to execute. What is the topmost element for me? Mi is the topmost, which is going to be. Stack is a last in, first out. Last inserted is mi. That is only last in, first out mechanism. So whatever the insertion element at last position, that is only removed first. Last in, first out mechanism. Now we wanted to concentrate. This is a stack, insertions done. Now we wanted to remove purpose, pop method, empty. Check whether stack is empty or not. Somebody created the stack. I wanted to check whether it's empty or not. Obviously, it's not empty. This out of Boolean type of result. S2 dot empty method. Boolean type of result, true or false. So if this line of code, I am writing this line of code before inserting, after inserting, before inserting, after inserting, before inserting true, because there is no elements of it. After inserting, it's going to be showing the false because in my collection some elements are there. Check whether empty or not. Empty method. Next, push method insertion, pop method deletion. I wanted to retrieve the topmost element. Topmost element. This is out of understandability purpose. Top element is equal. Top is equals to plus st dot peak method. After all our methods are there, just like this. Honor is a top. Suppose you not done this line of steps. You know, collections dynamic changes is applied. I said not applied the pop mechanism. Previously shows honor is a topmost element, but now I have not applied the pop. What the method is going to be showing? MI is going to be showing. Based on collections, it will not dynamic changes. Dynamic changes are immediately applicable. Try to observe this peak method is there, pop method is there, search method. I wanted to know what is a index position of iPhone. What is a index position of iPhone we wanted to concentrate, or Samsung phone, which phone you wanted to get it. Search method is out of st dot search of object. Which object I wanted to search? MI object I want to search. I want to search with MI phone is available with my stack or not. Try to observe once. So here I removing this line of code. Removing this line of code, nothing but I am not removed. What is the search position of this MI? 1. Search position of MI 1. But I applied this one. I am removing this one. Obviously, cross check. This position is good. Obviously, getting this position. Previously, search position is 1 getting. Now you observe the search position 6. Because here index of 1, index of 2, index of 3, index of 4, index of 5, index of 6. That's right. Suppose instead of MI, I plan to store one phone name is one phone which is not available. Suppose somebody searching phone name is ASDF is a model of a brand name of that one. ASDF is not available with my collection. What showing? Search the element. Retrieve. If element is there, showing its index position. If element is not there, showing the index position also. Inserting purpose, push method. Removing purpose, pop method. Retrieving the topmost element purpose, peak method. Check whether empty or not purpose, empty method. Search the element. So element searching based on one position. If element is available, retrieving the index. Not available, showing the index as a file. Just one small thing I discussed with you. How we implement this type of logic with real-time case. How we have to implement this type of logic with real-time case study. Tomorrow session I will go to discuss.